Alrighty, guys, welcome. Hope you guys are all having a great and an amazing day today. Boy, do we got some news today. I think we all know kind of what's been going on lately with Tesla. Today, Tesla stock has absolutely gotten annihilated, literally crashing about 10%. Now, for those of you that watched yesterday's live stream, we kind of called it. We said this stock could go one of two ways. The stock could move up to about 280 or it could be closing down to 212. And that's kind of what we have seen. I'm just going on making sure we are good with no issues here on the channel. And if you guys are new, subscribe, like, do what you guys do best. And we appreciate every single one of you guys. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a midday market recap here. I'm just sending it to the team. Join in. Boom, boom, boom. And we are ready to rock and roll here. So Tesla. Like I said, heavy sold off today, about 10%, actually over 10% because of this. The Q3 2023 earnings, which did not do very well, right? The revenue here bringing in $23.3 billion. The gross margin has fallen. Deliveries is up a little bit. The net income is down. So we're seeing a ton of volatility with Tesla here. Anytime there's volatility, I want to pull it up here on here. But anyways, obviously Tesla missed their earnings. Anytime you have that type of news announcement, you're going to get sell off. And that's what we have. That's what we have seen. Tesla stock has sold off. I don't know, for some reason, guys, we're having a little bit of some technical difficulties. If you guys can see me, like and comment right now. Let me refresh it here. For some reason there we go. All right, so I think we're good. Now. But anyways, Tesla announced their earnings, and they did not do very well. Honestly, Elon almost was a little crybaby. I hate to say it, complaining. There's a lot on his plate, and that's kind of what we've seen. It's almost like Elon's taking on too much responsibility. We also have seen the CFO quit, which is never a good thing. There's just so much going on. So you guys will see here, Q3 miss, revenue miss, EPS miss, Cybertruck launch set for November. This is the only thing that could possibly keep Tesla in the float here. But overall, we're also seeing companies, we're seeing Netflix. Netflix has gotten so much buying pressure in a single day, from $345 to $400 a share, up 16%. So, huge amount of volatility right now in the markets. Like I said, Tesla, blue chip stock, down 10%. We're seeing Netflix up 16%. So there's a huge amount of volatility right now when it comes to the market in general. Even if we look at like the S&P 500, here is the full report here. You guys can see. I'll throw it in if you guys want to read it. I'll throw it in the comments here so you guys can see it. But look at the S&P 500 map. We're seeing a variety of different stocks starting to sell off. Tesla, the leader, the reddest on the screen. We're also seeing Lilly down 2%. We're seeing a variety of different stocks just get absolutely annihilated. Microsoft's up a little bit. So just a huge amount of volatility right now in the marketplace, with Tesla missing the revenue, with, Netflix up 16%. Now, Netflix, the good thing about Netflix right now is they did a really, really nice thing. They beat expectations. They were expected to bring in about $8.5 billion. They brought in they were expected to bring in $8.54 billion. They brought in 8.54. They were expected, to bring in 8.53. Excuse me. So they did really some good things. Tesla to 200 soon. I think so. I think we're gonna see some. I think we're gonna get Tesla. If I can move this over a little bit. Let's pull it back up. But I do think Tesla right now does look like it does have some decent support. So right here at about 214. You guys can see we had that tendency of getting buying pressure there. Also that old resistance. Old resistance does have tendency to act as new support. So just a little bit more to go. We're below that 200 moving average line, which is that red line. Historically, anytime Tesla is below that price, it always represents a good opportunity to invest, right? If we just zoom out, you guys will see how often is it below that 200 moving average line. Not very often. A little bit here, we got buying pressure. Curled underneath it here, we got buying pressure. Yes, this one here, it tanked down, but shortly after it pushed back over it. So for me, I think that for possible swing trade, looking at a swing trade, I think if we can get in near and around 213 for possible move right on that support would be relatively decent, as well as a long-term investment. I mean, Tesla brings in a ton of money. At the end of the day, what we're seeing right now in just the general marketplace is high inflation. We're seeing high interest rates. Tesla did have some price cuts, which price cuts, guys, if Tesla, let's just say, is making $5,000 a car. Now they cut their price $5,000. Where does that money come from? It comes from their profit margin. And that's kind of what we've seen. The profit margin has fallen about 18%, I believe, which isn't very good. Let's see if we can see it. Margins were 7.6% in the third quarter, which normally they're a lot higher. They used to be about 13%. So they've fallen quite a lot. As well, even if we look at the 52-week low at 101, if we zoom out here, 101 is right here. So you guys can see we've seen this explosion. So sell-off is due, and I really think heavy support would be coming in about 212. That would be the absolute buy zone, at least for me, for a swing trade, and then start dollar cost averaging as if it sells off even more. That's kind of what I would do. That's kind of my plan with it, but. Yep, what a crazy day. What a crazy day. We're also, like I said, we're seeing Netflix moving 16%, which is insane. Netflix, what they've done is they've had a subscriber growth at 70%. 70% subscriber growth in a single quarter. Now, what and how that happens, super simple. They did a price cut. So normally it's about $22 a month for Netflix membership. They cut it to $6.99. But they're offering ads on these. So Netflix for me though, I'm not investing into Netflix. I think it's way too risky, way too volatile. With that being said, Netflix, there's so much competition in that space right now. So for Tesla why do I keep saying Tesla? For Netflix to push back up to $700, this was in peak lockdowns and when nobody was going outside. There was only a handful of streaming services. Now there's so many streaming services, HBO, Disney Plus, there's so many. So for Netflix to push up to $700 again, they're going to need to take up more and more market share, which I will give it to them. 70% is something to be super proud of. But at the end of the day, look at this. We're still seeing a massive amount of sell-off. Their previous earnings, $8.1 billion. Then we have $8.1 billion, 7.8. We're just seeing a ton of volatility. And honestly, for me, I'm staying away from this one. Where are we at? There is a little bit of some short interest. Analyst rating, outperform 3.4. Right here. So it's kind of mixed. It's mixed. It's not bullish, not bearish. But for me, guys, I'm staying on the sidelines for Netflix. I think it's way too risky. We saw in 2021 where Netflix was trading for 2021. Netflix was trading. Let's zoom out here. 2021. So right in here, Netflix was trading for almost $700 a share, and you guys will see they had huge revenue growth, and then it just got annihilated once everything started to open up. Netflix raised their prices. They're cracking down on password sharing. So you will see we had this peak amount of, let's put it up so you guys can see it a little clearer. But we had this peak amount of revenue, and then it just kind of started to dwindle down, as you guys can see. So I'm staying away from this one. I just think there's too much volatility, too much competition with these streaming services. We also have seen, Disney, DIS, which is, another company. this one has gotten annihilated. Very similar situation where back in here, Disney Plus was roaring. Everybody was, it was record profits, and then it started to just dwindle its way down, falling way below that 200 moving average line, like we've seen. So it's really using that 90 moving average line as resistance, as you guys can see. So it hit it, sold off. We did get a little breakout there, but most of the time I would say it's hitting that moving average line, and we're getting sell off here almost every single time. Here. So there could be a possible swing trade on this one. We kind of missed the move, but from 83 to 78, possible short opportunity. And that's just, we're also seeing Disney invest like $60 billion into their parks and cruise lines and all that stuff. So there's a lot of stocks here with a ton of potential. Let me know if you guys want me to pull one up here and we can look at it if you guys have any questions on any. But, let's go to the home screen on Finbez here. All right, so you guys will see a huge amount of volatility. We're also seeing AT&T up 6%, so let's pull that bad dog up. Do I own any of them? No, I don't. Just because look at the chart, it's dog water. It's not good at all. So much volatility. We do have tendencies which can be used to our advantage. Heavy resistance above 19. Support, we could say above near and around 14, but even that, even in here, it's just so volatile. It's insane. Just right in here, I mean, for me to be interested, I want to see this thing push over that 200 moving average line. That would be kind of the move. Let's see, yeah. So if we can get a push above that 200 moving average line, kind of like what we've seen the last time it did it, right in here, where it squeezed up, where it went from 17 to about 18. Let's look at more right in here. We had that move. Yeah, that would be the only opportunity for me to possibly buy AT&T is if we can get a breakout of that 200 moving average line. I just think that right now what we're seeing is just that kind of using it as some resistance, kind of like that 90, that green line here where it hit it and kind of just got some sell off. They must have announced some earnings right here. All right, they free cash flow, subscriber growth, revenue growth, so some sort of earnings. Revenues were up 1% year over year, which is always good. It's always good to see stuff like this. So for me, am I buying AT&T? No, I'm not. For me to buy it, I would need it to be fit. It's crazy. It's crazy to say I want it to be more expensive, but for a swing trade, I'm just looking for that short-term price action right now. What I would possibly look at as a possible short, I know, crazy, but I want to see this thing push above that 200 moving average line. So honestly, let's throw an alert there and just see what happens. Like such. But yeah, another stock that's moving. Let's keep going through them, my guys. Let's keep going through them. AT&T, we got Netflix, Tesla's down 10%. We're also seeing BX, Blackstone, BX. Let's pull it up here on the chart here. BX, Blackstone. So this one here doesn't look the greatest. We do have tendencies anytime it's near and around that 90 moving average line, some support. We could get, let's see what happens when it falls below it. Yeah, they must have announced Q3 earnings, revenue increases, dividend raise. What did they miss? Revenues for the third quarter up from $1.6 billion earlier this year. Expected $2.58 billion. All right, with a dividend increase. So heavily volatile. For me, I need this thing to kind of push back up above that 200 moving average line. I don't like how it's below it. I don't like how it's hanging out down here. I want to get it pushed back up here above that 200 moving average line, and then we could possibly see a move up. That would be my plan. But anytime they announce missed earnings or something not good, I try to stay away from news. Honestly, I don't really trade earnings reports. I know a lot of people do, but for me, it's so risky. To figure out When's the next stream? So we're gonna try to go almost every day. Today's a little earlier of a live stream. Normally I do like to wait till the market closes, and anywhere from like 6 to 8 p.m. Is the norm. But yeah, we're starting to do a lot more live streams because I enjoy it. It's fun for me to hop on. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. So most likely tomorrow about 8 o'clock. That'd be my guess. Maybe later. Sometimes I go at like 2 in the morning. It's crazy. I don't know. But yeah, most of the time it's about 8 o'clock. But yeah, I appreciate you stopping in. It means the world to me, guys, that you guys are watching. If you guys enjoy it, hit the like button, subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you guys coming in here and just hanging out with me for a little bit. But yeah, BX is down, TSM, this one here, BK, BlackRock. Yeah, those were the main moves today that has been moving. Also, one stock that I was looking at as a possible swing trade here, if we can pull it up here, I just looked at it. It's ticker symbol MUFG here. I believe this is the move. You guys will see it has this tendency of getting some buying pressure on that trend line here. So there could be a possible swing trade, right? It hit it once, hit it twice. So we'll see what happens on this third little move here. I think tomorrow is going to be a very key indication. One thing I don't like is how that wick, if you guys look close, that wick here, it's a wick, so meaning there's a lot more selling pressure right now. So we'll see what happens with this one, but it's definitely on my watch list for sure. But yeah, this would be a great move, great swing trade if we can hop in at 820 and get some resistance at $9. We're risking 5 cents to possibly make $1. If we set our stops right, set them tight. But yeah, that would be the plan. Even if we set them below this 90 moving average line, risk 20 cents, 30 cents to possibly make $1 would be a great risk and reward. 5 to 1. I'll take that all day. But yeah, great moves, great moves in the market right now. Yeah, so a lot of people are nervous too about just the S&P. We can throw it up here. We're seeing a lot of volatility, for me to do a swing trade on like SPY or one of these moves. I need to get this thing down to this moving average line here at about 423. This is going to be a key point for the market, like we've saw in the past, where anytime it breaks below it, we just get that tendency of just getting natural sell-off, and I think it'll do a variety of things. If it hits it and we get buying pressure, great swing trade. If it falls below it, we're pushing down to 3, in the 3s for sure. 390 to 371 all day. We're seeing so much volatility just in the markets. High inflation, high interest rates, conflict overseas, in a variety of other things. That's just like the tip of the iceberg. But huge amount of missed earnings. We're seeing conflict, with like Nvidia. Where is it? NVDA. This one here, we're seeing a decent amount of sell-off recently, and this is because they're kind of pausing the exports to China. But guys, possible swing trade all day on Nvidia here from 420 to possibly push up to 468, right on that moving average, right on that support. So we'll see what this one does here too. But yeah, if you guys want me to pull up any stocks, let me know. We can look at them. But Nvidia definitely on my watch list here. I would like to get it near and around 400 bucks would be a good buy for me. Maybe 409. But yeah, so much news, so much stuff going on, guys. I appreciate you guys stopping in. We'll end it here. I appreciate you guys, honestly, coming in, and we'll see you guys later. We might go live again, depending on if any major news comes out or anything like that. But remember to stay happy, stay positive, guys, and we'll see you guys later. And don't forget to go check out my most recent post on Netflix, where we break down everything, all their fundamentals, everything. I will actually right now, what I will do is throw it in the comments so you guys can check that out. Yeah, I'll throw it down here. You guys go check it out, because I am taking off. We will see you guys later. And remember to stay happy, stay positive, and stay safe out there, guys. Take care.